Good morning, everybody. I know it's late in the morning. My name is Gary Allen. I'm the COO of New Frontier Data. For those of you that don't know who we are, anybody in here not know who New Frontier Data is? See, that's the room you want to be in, right? New Frontier Data, we are the leader in business intelligence for the cannabis industry. Yesterday, in my talk, I talked a lot about where the future is in the cannabis industry and where we're going, helping CPG companies and other companies understand consumers. And I'll take some questions at the end of this because I know people have questions about some of the announcements that we've made over the last couple of weeks. This particular presentation really is going to be about the core of New Frontier Data. We have some new things, not only in the acquisition space that we've done over the last couple of months, but we've also launched some new products. And so we're going to talk about that today. Again, I'll take questions at the end. If you see anything up here in New Frontier Data, style, our decks are usually laden with text and facts. I've tried to alleviate some of that, but we have a big job in this industry. And the job is really to ensure that the information that we use to run this industry and to operate within this industry is vetted, is professional, and is disseminated in a way that people can understand it. We were founded in 2014 by Jadaguar DeCarcer, who a lot of you saw yesterday in the opening remarks, as well as at the breakfast. Her face is everywhere in this industry. Since 2014, again, our job has been to make sure that the information that we provide and that the industry runs on is vetted. Jessica very nicely, very warmly put us up as a competitor. The Kerna and MJ Freeway platform and New Frontier Data have been partnered for a long time. And without the MJ Freeway platform, a lot of us wouldn't be here, right? Without the understanding of how to operate legally in the industry and sell to consumers and patients, we wouldn't be here. The expertise that New Frontier Data brings is different, right? We ensure methodical, vetted information is researched and disseminated across the industry. We do that not only through our technology, but collaborative partnerships. We are a data aggregator. What's that mean in this industry? So in this industry, no one company, I talked yesterday about strength in numbers, no one company can do this alone. We ensure that we gather information from government. We operate right now in 24 countries. We're live on the ground in 8. We have offices in 3 continents. But we have to ensure that we get information from the government. We get information from the consumers and the general public. We ensure that the ancillary sectors are well addressed and well understood. Everything from power, from power to pesticides, right? Things that are going to influence growth, operation, manufacturing, extraction, product creation, and then of course sales. So we call this our 5-dimensional research model. And many of you may have heard John Kagia, our Chief Knowledge Officer, speak at length. He speaks about 70 times a year. Jada and I really just try to pick up the slack. But it's really important that for our audiences, that this information come from every aspect of the industry and that every aspect of the industry is addressed in some timely manner. I'm going to kind of speed over some of the New Frontier Data core pitch because this really isn't a pitch. It's a conversation about what it is we do for the industry. Our clients and our partners, as you can see, range from the industry itself to outside finance, law, taxes, everything. We've touched every single vertical market in the mature market in order for them to understand what's going on in this growing market. Our reach, I get a little bit embarrassed by saying some of this because it sounds very self-promoting, but we are very large in the industry and our reach is very large globally. This year we have reached and earned media, we're over 9 billion already this year. We're now sold, this says 81 countries. I think we ticked off our 87th country last month. Basically, we need to ensure, we have spent a long time and a lot of effort and money and investors' money in ensuring that the industry abroad, not only just the industry in North America, the industry abroad is also going to come to business and come to light in a way that is vetted, that allows the industry to grow maturely and also interact with the mature markets in a way that's legal. We deliver our services in three ways. We have advisory services, which is much like consulting. Some of you may have seen our announcement a couple of months ago that we've partnered with PwC to actually bring the consulting business throughout the globe. We partner with PwC Canada for this. They've been very involved in the Canadian market and all the LPs in Canada, and they're expanding, obviously. New Frontier Data as a consulting service isn't really scalable for us. And so instead of, in true form, instead of continuing to try to do that, we've partnered with one of the best consulting companies in the world. The second way is our Equio platform. Our Equio platform is the physical representation of our big data platform. The reason big data and a big data type of platform is important in this industry is because there's a lot of information that we have to gather. As we're gathering regulatory information, we're gathering sales information, we're gathering new product information that's coming to market, as we're gathering medical information, patient efficacy information, all of the information that you see here in our 5 dimensions is represented within our Equio platform. The Equio platform goes as superficial as capital markets, what's going on in the public market, what's going on with consumers, what they're buying, how they're buying it, broken down by every state, every consumer profile. We have patient counts, patient data information. All of this information is really important for anybody operating in the industry. One of our major audiences is obviously investors, right, and has been since the day we started. We speak to investors every day. Investors make up the largest client count of ours. However, as I talked about yesterday, CPG companies, large tobacco companies, pharmaceutical companies now need this information as well. And so to expand on our reports, to expand on the market sizing and all of the information that people get, and I'm sure that if you've been in the cannabis industry for a while, you see our cannabis every week, our newsletters every day. Expanding on all of that, we've decided to open up a data marketplace. And the marketing team is having a good time with this, because how do you make data sexy? Well, that's why I'm here. But how do you make data sexy? Right? The first thing you do is you make it available. Right? What we've done, and we just launched this 10 days ago, what we've done is every major report we've put out in the last 18 months, you can now buy the data behind every one of those reports. We hear a lot in the industry from competitors, we hear from news sources, we have questions from investors, that there are 3 or 4 companies out there that put market sizing information out into the market, and everybody's size is a little bit different. And so instead of New Frontier Data kind of beating its own chest, we decided to put our money where our mouth was. And that is, you now can access all of the data pretty much that we have available in our big data platform. You can download it, you can use the charts, you can analyze it yourself, you can call us and tell us actually I'm not allowed to say that we are incorrect. And we invite those conversations. We want to show people that the data that we're using, the methodology that we use, is not only very transparent, but it's open for vetting by the market. We want to make sure that we always make the market better. This first example that we have, and actually Jessica left, but last year, in late 2018, we launched the Consumer Trends Market Report. And we did that in partnership with then MJ Freeway, now Akerna. We did that by doing 3 things. We analyzed almost $6 billion worth of transactions over 3.5 years in the US market. We also did the largest consumer survey to date in the marketplace, over 3,000 live respondents, 20 minutes apiece. So anybody who's ever done any market research knows what lift that is. And then we put all of that information in our research, and we defined the first 9 consumer archetypes in the industry. The first time anybody's done that. It also gave us the capability, that final piece that we were missing over 5 years, to model the illicit market as well as the legal market. And everybody's been wanting that number. That's why yesterday we put that number up there, 344 billion, right? 344 billion in opportunity. Again, as the center, what we believe is the nexus of the industry. If you need data, we have it. If you have data, we want it, right? Part of our responsibility then is not only to write reports and give you market research and contextualized information, but allow you to get access to that data and contextualize it, how it works with your business directly. We've put up a couple of examples here. So European expansion, right? We get a lot of questions. We have an office in London. We have sales, marketing, and analysts in London. And we get a lot of questions from the European market. And in European fashion, they usually don't believe us. So what we've done for them, is we've been able to give them access to this data directly. We give them the contextualization that they ask for. When they challenge it, we invite it. We don't take it personally. We invite that challenge. We give them access to that data. And then they come back and we talk, and we help those countries go legal. We help them understand how to operate, how to put a regulatory environment together that doesn't promote an illicit market, that does promote business growth. This particular example here, with our global report data bundle, the legislators, investors, researchers in Europe are able to understand what's the consumer makeup of the European market, right? What's the consumption within the European market, both illicit as well as legal, right? And finally, how can they create a comprehensive market strategy and a comprehensive regulatory strategy to ensure that their markets grow safely and profitably? This doesn't just work for researchers and investors. It also works for true operators, right? And New Frontier Data has always we've always really concentrated on making sure that the mature market understands our market. And we've gotten some feedback from the industry that maybe we don't understand, or maybe we don't spend enough time giving information to operators directly. And how can operators sorry, I just lost my train of thought. How can operators optimize their business? How can they ensure that they're operating in such a way that others are, in some sort of efficacy and efficiency? So this is a great example, the energy consumption data set. This particular data report this market research report for 2 years running has also gotten us a lot of criticism from markets like California, right? California market, bad power grid, right? Huge amount of indoor cultivation, right? So one of the reasons I bring that up is New Frontier Data, no matter what the data says, we'll tell you what it says. We will not contextualize data to make it sound like the cannabis industry is better than it is in certain areas. The great thing about working in this industry, especially for me personally, is that we don't have to. There are so many great things about this industry. It's creating jobs. It's creating tax revenue. It's helping cure ailments. It's helping people in their everyday life. That when there are some areas and challenges and where we can improve as an industry, we want the industry to know that as well, right? So understanding for a cultivator, understanding indoor. Understanding indoor, greenhouse, outdoor, what are the differences between cultivating in these three environments is going to be really, really important. And again, we of course believe that our contextualization and dissemination of that information is the best. However, if you're looking at your company or your operation and you know specifically your needs, giving you access to the raw data and allowing you to analyze it with your focus is really, really important as well. And what we're hearing back from people is that last piece, allowing them to look at our data in their light, is giving them the capability of our methodology in our market insights, but giving them the capability of shortening the learning curve and making their jobs and their operation more efficient, quicker. So build your cannabis strategy with data. Listen, at the end of the day, New Frontier Data's job is to raise the level of professionalism in methodology, in information dissemination, and in market research. And that should all lead to business insights. And so we are here, we have been here for 5 years, we will be here, as some of you have seen. We're continuing to grow our footprint, not only in this particular area of the marketplace, but we're growing our footprint in marketing technology, in consumer understanding, in CPG entry into the market. So that's New Frontier Data. I will take questions if anybody has questions.
For research and data collection, have you ever thought about partnering or working with the healthcare industry at all? Because as a physician, it's very hard to get data from patients and surveys, and it seems like you've got a great model for that.
Sure, absolutely. And so the question is, have we thought about working with healthcare facilities and physicians? Is that fair? Yes, absolutely. It's the holy grail for us, right? It absolutely is. In this industry, right? As an industry, we have the industry covered. As the result of the industry, right, and the social responsibility of the industry, it is still the single most lacking area in data. However, we do. So we have partnered with universities in Europe. We've partnered with universities in Pennsylvania, in, is it Louisiana, I believe? Mississippi. And also now in California, actually Minnesota, University of Minnesota. So yes, we absolutely do. Right now, one of the unfortunate realities in this industry is that most of the patient data is self-reported. And so therefore, now that doesn't mean that it's not important data. That doesn't mean that it's not relevant data. But it does mean that the academic world tends to look down their nose at it. However, we do have partnerships with a couple of companies. I think right now we can get up to 1 million patient records, individual patient records and efficacy over a number of years. So it's starting, the patient reporting is starting to rise to that level of true academia. And so yes, we can talk about that, but we absolutely do have access to that. We are, at the end of the day, a data aggregator. As I said earlier, we can't do this on our own. Our POS data comes from companies like MJ Freeway, and I can only say that one out loud, in public. But we do have three other companies that provide us sales data. We have companies that provide us marketing data, companies that provide us financial data. We can't do it by ourselves, so we absolutely partner with whoever has data. Any other questions?
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that loud.
That's pretty loud from the back of the room.
Right. My name is Alicia Reeves. I work for the Cleveland School of Cannabis. I'm the lead admissions officer, and we actually utilize your services. All of our students, once they enroll, they have a student account called Equio for a year. So they love it. They watch the webinars. They look for jobs. And we utilize all of your information for all of our statistics on all of our slides. So it's been a great relationship. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We enjoy that relationship as well. Actually, I think we just got your new semester of students just about a week ago. Anyway.
Are you guys raising money? Can you talk financials?
So the first question is yes, we are always raising money. But financials and growth, as a tech company, as a big data company, we are venture backed. We boast a couple of pretty key things. One is we have the only publicly traded venture capital firm in the industry, Gladstone, as one of our backers. As far as growth is concerned, financial growth, we see a little over 100% year over year for the last 4 years running. We are still a private company, so I won't give out numbers. As far as subscription growth and client growth, we see in the almost 4 figures every year over year. That is going to be a question for somebody much smarter than me. I'm the face guy. We actually, if you don't mind, Spencer's sitting right here. If you give Spencer your information, we'll get that. But it's on our Equia platform as well. Our methodology is printed in the front pages of every one of our reports. I just don't have the very specific for that. And also, if I said it wrong, John would kill me. Anyone else? Thank you very much for listening to me today. We'll be around, obviously, we're here. And also, really quickly, Jason's around here. Everybody, Jason and Benzinga, thank you for running one of the finest conferences in our industry. Thank you so much.